morning, boys and girls. My name is Miss Pam, and I'm here to share another story with you. Today's book is titled Fritz and the Beautiful Horses, and it was written and illustrated by Jan Brett. The publisher is Houghton Mifflin Company. Fritz and the Beautiful Horses. Once there was a walled city known for its beautiful horses. You see the wall running around this city? There were magnificent jumpers, splendid chargers, and elegant parade horses. The citizens were so proud of these horses that it was decreed that only the most beautiful would be allowed in the city. All others would have to stay outside. One of these was a pony named Fritz. Fritz was not beautiful. He had a long, tangled mane, whiskers on his muzzle, and short legs. But Fritz was gentle and kind. He was sure-footed and always willing to work. Day after day, Fritz watched the beautiful horses. Some had braided manes and tails and carried lovely ladies. Others had glossy coats and pulled grand carriages. Most of all, he watched the children's horses. Before we leave this page, boys and girls, I want you to notice this illustration. Here's the city that we're talking about, where the citizens live. And to get to this city, they have to cross the bridge because there's a river that runs around the city also. And notice that they keep their city separate by having this wall that runs all the way around their city. I wonder why the children look so frightened, he thought. The children were afraid. They didn't like their horses prancing and leaping. It made them very difficult to ride. Notice how fancy these horses are. Do you see their braids in their manes? And their tails are very fancy, and they're wearing beautiful blankets. As Fritz watched, he thought, I would like a child to ride me. But no one ever noticed Fritz. One day, he climbed up the road leading to the walled city. He tried to take long, graceful strides. He pranced and curved his neck. He threw his tail into the air. The citizens stared at Fritz, and then they began to laugh. Look at that silly horse, they said. Then the lovely ladies and the magnificent gentlemen galloped away toward the walled city. The children followed reluctantly behind. I guess I do look silly, thought Fritz, and he hung his head in despair. Can you see how sad he is? Because he realizes that he doesn't feel like he's as fancy as all these big, beautiful horses. Fritz listened to the citizens as they galloped their horses faster and faster. He heard their loud cheers as they rode onto the bridge to the walled city. All of a sudden, he heard a loud snap. The bridge was breaking under the weight of the horses' pounding hooves. Fritz saw a large crack appear in the middle of the bridge. The citizens were on one side, and the children were on the other. You'll have to cross through the river, cried the citizens. It might be hard to see from where you are, boys and girls, but there's a crack in the bridge and down here again on the support. So they're worried that if the children get onto the bridge with their horses, it may collapse. But the children wouldn't move. My horse might shy and buck, said one. My horse might leap and stumble, said another. We might fall off, they all cried together. Stay where you are, shouted the citizens. We will come and get you. But their horses wouldn't move. "This hill is much too steep," thought one horse. "My lovely mane might get tangled in the bushes," thought another. "We certainly don't want to get wet," all the horses agreed. Everyone wondered what to do. Then they noticed Fritz. Fritz carefully climbed to where the children waited. Fritz was not beautiful, but he was gentle and kind. He was sure-footed and always willing to work. The children were not afraid to ride him. One by one, Fritz carried the children carefully down the steep hill. He calmly stepped through the river from rock to rock and up the other side. He finally carried all the children to the walled city. A great cheer went up from the citizens. The lovely ladies cried, "Hooray for the sure-footed pony!" The gentlemen said, "How kind and dependable he is!" And the children exclaimed, "We didn't fall off!" So Fritz was given a special place in the walled city. All the children cared for him and became his friends. From that day on, the walled city was known for its beautiful horses and its very dependable pony. Can you see how carefully they're taking care of him, bringing carrots and giving him his own special beautiful blanket? So, boys and girls, even though Fritz didn't look like the fancy horses, he certainly had something to contribute, and he certainly was special and unique and all his own. Thank you for listening today, boys and girls. We miss you and hope to see you